Hey, welcome to Change Your Life. This video is about your children being your priority. Everyone seems to make a lot of comments online and they are talking a lot of times about, well, I can't leave him because my children are in school, my children have these things going on and they have other things going on and they're this age and they're not going to settle for that and they're not going to be able to adjust well and things like that. But um, let me say something. Okay, are you really more worried about your children being able to adjust well, or are you worried about being alive tomorrow? Because a lot of times, women who are put in verbally abusive situations with men, they don't realize that these situations are going to become worse. They will become worse 9 times out of 10. And when you have over to someone who is being abusive towards you, whether it's only just verbally abusive, um, or whether it's physically abusive, or whether it's mentally, what you are doing is giving them control over you. You're giving them control over what happens to you. You're saying, well, I'm going to let this slide for a while because um, I have other people in my life that I have to think about. And you're making excuses. You are making excuses to not leave him because you're hoping that the situation will, one, get better, two, that you won't have to leave, and three, you want to see if you can just give it one more shot. Well, let me tell you something. Every time you decide to give it one more shot and you decide to let the behavior slide, that other party who is abusing you is getting away with abusing you, and they're testing you, and they're figuring out where what they can get away with and how much crap are you going to take. They don't want to get better. They want to find out how much crap are you going to take before you up and hightail it out of there. So let's talk about kids. That I have children, and they're older, and let me tell you something. My children don't want me to be abused. They don't want me to be in a situation where I'm being verbally abused, mentally abused, physically abused. They do not want that. Okay? And if I had to hightail it out of there, um, I have to consider one thing. Who is the parent of those children? Are those children their own parent? Are those children going to look up to you if you stay in an abusive situation? Um, how are their brains going to work later on in an abusive situation because you are giving them a responsibility of having to put up with the same crap that's happening. And don't give me this crap about, well, he's never hurt the kids. It is hurting the kids when they see their parent, their mother or father, being hurt. It's hurting them mentally, it's hurting them emotionally, it's killing them inside. It is. So don't tell me that just because he's good to your kids doesn't mean that he's always going to be good to your kids, because that is not the truth. People that abuse other people, they take turns, okay? Whether you know it or not, you could not be home and you're at work, and the next thing you know, that person is being mentally abusive to your kid, putting them down. Don't tell me that it doesn't happen, because it does happen. So stop thinking about your own self and how it's okay if he abuses you, but if he doesn't abuse the kids, it's not no. If he's willing to abuse you, he's willing to abuse your children. And as far as I'm concerned, your children are yourself, okay? Your children are you. You made them, you brought them into this world, and your children are a reflection of yourself. And if you think it's okay for anybody to abuse you, then what are you thinking up here about them abusing your children? Are you really thinking? Let's get this brain rolling. Your children are yourself. You made them, you put them into this world. And just because you don't see the signs doesn't mean that there aren't any. Because you're not seeing the red brown face that are going, you're not seeing those red flags. You've ignored those red flags because you want the perfect picture. Well, sister, brother, whoever you are, there's no perfect picture. You can't change someone. They have to want to change. You cannot make them want to change. And as long as they're getting away with what they're doing, they're not going to change because they're sick. Okay? They are sick. And you are sick because you are staying in the situation. But you can make the conscious choice to get better. You can make the conscious choice to change everything because your children and family do not want to see you abused, no matter what you think. I'll never forget the day that my mother picked us up, put us in the car. There were four of us, and all we had was garbage bags for luggage. And I loved my father. My father was a good man, even though he was crazy. But I loved my father. When we got into this old car, I threw the garbage bags in the trunk. It's the middle of the day. And my father had gone to college. But really, he was at someone else's house, okay? I said, "Where are we going, Mom?" And she looks at me and she says, "That's none of your business." So you might as well just tell us where we're going. Why are you putting all these garbage bags in the car? So she starts the car and she gets down the road a little bit. She said, "We are going to your grandma's house and we're not coming back." And I took a deep breath. And some part of me didn't believe her, but I said, "Good." Good. And I didn't know when I was going to see my father, and I didn't know what was going to happen. But I was only 7 or something years old. I don't remember exactly how old I was. It wasn't 10. And I said, "Good." So, if you think that your children don't know that you're being abused, you're wrong. They know. And they don't want you in that situation. And they're looking at you as their mentor, as their parent, as their loved one, as the woman that they look up to. And even if they don't look up to you, they don't look up to you. If they don't look up to you, it's for a reason. Because you need to stand up for yourself. Get out. Get out. And don't tell me you can't get out. You have no family. You have no place to go. There's homeless shelters all over the freaking country. If you're stuck in another country, which I know some other women are, there's places for you. And it doesn't have to be a homeless shelter. You can go right down to the embassy and they will figure out how to send you home or house you and your children. So do not try to tell me there's no place to go, there's no place for us, because that is not the truth. So I wish that you would all get strong. I wish I didn't look so crappy. I wish my life didn't feel so crappy. I wish that the man that he said he was in the beginning was the real man, but it's not the truth. Now I have to face that I was a dumbass and I was lied to just like the rest of everybody else. Okay. I have to face that. And I have to fix that. It's my responsibility. But I can tell you what, I don't have to do it in his house. And neither do you, and neither do your kids. So you take that with you. And if you feel like you can't get out now, maybe you can think about what I said. God bless you.